Good morning, viewers out there. You're welcome to today's edition of AM Cafe. If you carefully watch that music we were playing before this coming on air, you will see some children carrying bread. You will see some children carrying heavy load all about. And when you get to our streets all over the country today, you see them selling pure water. Go to Mama Put place, you see some young children washing plates. Yes, this is not holiday time. We ask that question, why engaging children in all this activity? And when you look at the way we receive answers to our questions, you'll be surprised. Some people will say, they're learning how to be strong. They're learning how to do things. Some of them even work to feed their parents. All of these together, we call them child labor. And the question is, why child labor? This is where we are going this morning. I'm not the one to do the talking. I have with me in the studio Dr. Mrs. Peju Adigun. She is of the Osun State Information and Communication Technology Department. She'll be answering our questions on reasons, on causes, effects, and possibly we ask her some solution to this problem of child labor in our society. But one thing I want to tell us right from the beginning is there is a law banning the way we treat children. Even if it's my own daughter, if it's my own son, I have a limit of what I can do. So she's going to tell us all this morning. So it's my honor and privilege welcoming Dr. Mrs. Peju Adigun to the studio. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to you all. God bless you.
So my first question is, what is child labor?
Thank you, sir. The child labor, at least to a layman, to the viewers at home, to be able to understand and get it right what we mean by child labor. When we are using underage to do something that is not supposed to do,
Okay.
to do something that's not expected from such
A child.
then compromise, taking it as child labor,
Okay.
or child abuse.
Okay.
Selling around, walking around at the wrong time.
At the wrong time. I said not holiday time.
Yes, because we can say, okay, this is the right thing, fine, training the children, but we should do it at the right time and at the appropriate age.
Okay.
And at the same time, we should look at it, the level of understanding, the level of their placement in terms of education or their future ambition. Like, as old as I am now, if I'm placed under child activities, maybe I'm in primary school, I think my guidance should be able to tailor me towards that, achieving that goal. But getting me involved in something that can jeopardize that future ambition,
Okay.
that's child labor as well.
Okay.
Because I've been categorized as child, because I'm in the group of
Children.
Yes. So not only because something happened last week, so recent, group of company claiming that they are trying to encourage youth, they are trying to eradicate poverty, they are trying to help society and the government, providing them jobs. What type of job? And which type of set of staff are you employing? Are you encouraging? Are you motivating? Motivating kind of pupil in JS3, brainwash them so that they will abandon their education career. In fact, avoid their parents, not even obey their parents, to the extent of leaving their parents home, and you harbor them. What can you say to that? So not only the parent that can involve in child labor or child abuse, organization nowadays, all because of money, they have embarked on that. And we need to work towards that.
Okay. I see an instance where some families, don't let me say women now, family will say, call Mrs. A, call Mr. D, please, tell Baromo, Muni Domo. The question is, Iru Omo, what do you want to use that child for? We call them all sorts of names. Housemaid, house help. When our own children are in school. Yeah, I remember when we were more younger that a parent will have a new child, a new baby, and will say, oh, can you kindly assist me with your daughter to help me carry, particularly when they are twins. And by so doing, the one you are bringing in will be denied that access to education. Why do people do all these things? Is it that they don't know, or they know and they are doing otherwise? That's my question.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Presenter. Actually, I would just try to say that when we are seeking for help, for assistance of others, we should think about their future as well.
We should think about their future.
As well.
Okay.
We should not be too selfish. Back to your question. Some understand, some know the implication
of what they are doing.
And exactly what they want from such person. Some don't even understand the implication of what they want to embark upon. They just believe that my friend has this, my friend is doing this. Okay, not that my friend doing this, but I need assistance. So if we are in need of such, one should be able to look for the appropriate person, not underage.
Before you go further, I want you to do something for us.
Yeah.
Can we define the age when what you are doing to a boy or a girl is an abuse? From what age to what age?
Thank you. In the olden days, previous years, governments have the adult age from 18.
Okay.
Anything below that
is a child.
For nowadays, anything below 16, you can't as child.
As a child, okay?
16 upward, because I think the benchmark now to gain admission to universities now 16 years of age. But to general populace, we need to understand one thing. Age in that regard, I mean seeking assistance of helper, should not be as 16 or 18. What we need to first of all look at, that's their education. If 18 years or 20 years still in school,
okay,
we should avoid that person to be serving as helper during the school period. Well, such person can be engaged during holidays, and not at the detriment of his or her future.
Okay.
The person, the guardians, the authority of that EPA should always ready and stand by that person to guide such person towards a career.
I say something somewhere that I will not say anything that is bad if you are bringing in a girl or a boy to serve as your assistant at home. But there should be limitation. You do this work before you go to school or before you go for your trade. When you come back, then we continue. But continuous serving, not in school, not learning any trade. How do you say to that?
It's a bad idea.
It's still a bad idea.
Very bad idea.
Okay.
And that's selfishness, selfish
Selfish,
interest.
okay.
Yes. Because if you have keen interest in the development of this society, of this nation, we should always aim at how are we going to assist others positively, giving them assistance, paying them salary without thinking about their future is not positive influence. Fine, you need assistance of someone, and you don't get, like, you did not allow me to complete that statement the other time. For anyone to seek for assistance, especially women at home, we have women, old women outside there.
Okay.
People of age outside that maybe for one reason or the other they need money and they don't have job to cater for their own children as well. Such person can
be engaged.
Yes. Doing that, you are even helping such family.
Okay.
And you should, when you are doing that, you should not do it to jeopardize the life of the children at home or that helper.
Person, okay.
You should always aim at the mind of helping not only that woman, but the whole family setting of the woman. You may not have capacity in terms of money, but money is not everything. Advise the woman, call the attention of the woman, the sort of saving, how to plan for the kids, is part of it. So now back to your question. Sir, once you know that you have capacity, you have no capacity, when you get helper of something that's supposed to be in school, that you cannot further the education of such, it's better you don't employ such person. Or you cannot even place the person to be under any apprentice,
to go and learn a trade.
To learn a trade or whatever, it's better you don't employ such person. Because if you aim good for yourself, you should be able to be
help
good
others.
To others.
I know of a woman who sells fried bean akara. In fact, it's getting larger there. And what I observe is the woman now starts employing some children who will be coming around to serve at the motor park. And at a time I asked myself that this little one selling akara here, they are not learning any trade. They are promoting this woman's business. How come that their parents release their children for this kind of assignment? Why do we get our children into this? I ask this question because there's so many people that will say, just releasing their children, and they don't know where they are going. Why bring in the children when you know you cannot cater for them?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Well, the two parties, I would say, they are too selfish.
The parents and the one engaging them?
Yes.
Okay.
The parents and the engager. The reason being that for you to employ anybody, to your business, to your organization, to your setting, you need to have framework. You need to have the guidelines. How you want to carry out your business.
Your business.
How do you want to achieve the goal? And who are those tools? What are the tools?
That
what
you're
are
going to use?
Yes, human resources that you need along. Do you need people underage for this? If you are in need of underage for this, how can you go about it? Is there any parent consent that release the child for you to serve for that purpose? So for the parent, some parents care not about their children, their ones. They're careless. Their own is to just showcase themselves in a good mood, buying gold, buying jewelries, instead of saving money for the future of their children. Some parents even go to extent, not that they are poor. They will be expecting, waiting for the kids to bring whatever they get outside them and collect it from them.
So at that tender age, they will be sponsoring their parents.
Yes. But there are some parents at home that know that they are selfish, but they don't have their way out. I could remember when I was in primary 5 to 6, there was a problem for my parents then. Things suddenly turns around. I was the one that suggested to my mom that in our hometown, Iwo, we have a big market. It's also so children do go there to hawk. We have this soft drink dealer there. They normally use child labor.
Okay.
Yes, there. So then, where are their children? Their children were not there.
The owner of the businesses.
Yes.
Okay.
It's we that we came from the poor home.
Background.
That who got there to do all these things, to provide for their money. Are you getting me? And they will give us just
peanuts.
8 million then. Yes. So out of the money, but my mom insisted on one thing, that you can, no matter how you want to be of help to me, you can only do this weekends.
Weekend.
Only Saturday.
When you are not supposed to be in school.
Sunday, she won't allow you. Friday, she
you
won't
come back from school.
Yes.
Okay.
Only Saturday. I can look back now. I give thanks to Almighty God and to my parents as well. I can look back and I see those people that they don't have anybody to cater for them, to caution them, to guide them, even without hard labor. Right there, my colleagues will spend all their money buying fried fish, frying akara, all sorts of things without taking
and money wasted again.
Yes, no future plan, no anything. There were nowhere to go. And that's the reason why I don't tell people outside there, even my students in school, that even if you are suffering, if you are laboring yourself, use it with yourself. Know the reason why you are doing this. Know that something that will affect your life, your focus. And don't allow anybody to influence you. Even if you don't have anybody at home to guide you, guide yourself.
Okay, because of our time, let's look at effects. Because I was reading somewhere and I saw that it has some social effects, psychological effects, moral on the child. Can you briefly talk on this? The child that we engage in this all hard labor.
Thank you, sir. I will pick the what happened last week as a typical example to answer those questions.
Okay.
It will affect their moral because they will start misbehaving, especially to the parents, because the parent to this boy, they are innocent. They are up and doing, and that's the reason why they were able to discover the boy that's moving towards the wrong direction.
Okay.
The woman always check the bag. You know, you can
Coming
that
back from school
from
or
school.
anywhere.
And that was how the woman discovered the kit of the company delivered to the boy. I do understand that.
Okay.
You can see that
What do you want to do with this?
that has affected the moral, the child labor that that company influenced the boy into and affects the moral of the boy. The boy that's always loyal to the parents, now trying to harbor something, hide something, if not for the effort of the mother. Now, another one, child labor will allow the child, that kind of child, boy, kid to behave as if they are up to the task.
Because they're earning some money.
Money that cannot lead them to anything. They will believe as if that, yes, what my father can do, yes, I can do it. What my mother can afford, I can also afford it. But they have limitations. And they are ruining their life gradually. Because that company have brainwashed that boy that you don't need to acquire any certificate.
Oh.
That, in fact, very soon you'll be earning a salary that's more than professor.
Went to school.
So that boy starts behaving like anything, getting to the stage that he left a note on his bed that the parents should not look after him again, that he has moved far.
He's on his own.
He's on his own. The parent now starts running up and down, looking for him, not until some of the friends to the family now in the parent that they saw this boy with that organization property again, selling for them. The boy in GS3. The boy was unable to write GS3 exam.
Wow.
You can see how parents have done their part positively. You can see how society also affects our kids.
Okay.
And the government also encouraging the company, whereby I'm using this opportunity to appeal to our government, especially our security agencies, that we should not be in support of this party affecting our future.
Now, before you go into that, I want us to look into the law.
Okay.
Definitely, there's a law.
Child law, yes. There is child
telling
law.
us that children of this age, that must be in school.
Yes.
We call our primary education free and compulsory.
Yes.
I think up to GS3.
Yes. Yes.
That every child must obtain that.
Yes.
And at that GS3 level, you can now decide to go into technical college or anything to go and learn anything.
Yes.
But the first 9 years, you must be in school. Can you talk more on this so that parents will know before they step into things that will add them a jail term?
Thank you. I will appreciate and appeal our parents at home, and not only home parents, the societal parents, because in the olden days, that's what helped the previous years. In the olden days, when we were so young, we had two parents, parents at home and parents in the society.
Okay.
If the parent at home trying to caution you for one thing, bad thing that you did, and you run out, parents out there will caution you and you run back home. It's opposite side. The parents are in the society. They were nowhere to be found now.
They don't care.
They don't care now. For parents at home to caution the world, and the children ran out, like the organization I told you about, then the part of the parent, societal parent, they will accept. They accept the what and brainwash and turn the kids to against the parents. that cannot help the society. That cannot allow our country to grow. You are getting older, not younger. Likewise, I.
So who takes over?
Our kids, our children. So for society to now bastardize our future for us, and you and I will sit down and fold our arms, be looking, who will become the government? Our children. Who will be the president? The governors, and so forth. Yoruba people say, Ilé la wo kato somo lórúkọ, ilé la si ti kẹsàn ròde. So if you have bad influence, bad moral, it will continue to lead you to that path. Because your parents will not be as anything with you again. Okay. So I will advise our parents that, well, we should try to follow. If you don't have it at home, try to get. And I will appeal to the government and the media houses like this. Try as a routine check to showcase all this child law, so that people will have the awareness that if you do this with your kids, this is what will lead to you. If you behave this way with your children, this is what will lead to you. So that one will try to...
Who supervises?
It will that's the reason why I'm saying that we need both parents. Parents at home and parents outside. But media houses, right from now, media houses can serve as the supervisor. Creating awareness, jingle and all. Gradually, cautions will come. Gradually. If you want to promote anything today, you people in the media sectors, you know how to do that. That will get to the blood of the individuals. We know how to do that. So after then, that's when you will now say that you want to embark on maybe door-to-door awareness campaign,
okay,
and then addressing set of congregation in the church, mosque, and all. That it will extend, and our previous glory of two different parents will restore back.
Okay. Maybe by the time we start doing that, we will get to do it better. But at this point in time, I want you to challenge. We say good parenting. You use the proverb, Ilé lati kẹsàn ròde. And I want you to appeal to parents. Yeah, we're endowed with human organs. And I cannot say because I'm a man that I start impregnating women all about. I'm not caring for them. Women, there are some, you ask them how many children they are having. Someone said 7, 8, 9, 10, and they don't have a means of livelihood. Why bring in a child that you cannot take care of? Can't say anything on this?
Thank you,
if I
sir.
can take care of two, let me beget two. And that's all.
Thank you, sir. I will start by saying, fail to plan. What
is planning to fail.
Previous years, government planned for all the individuals, especially civil servants, that you should not have more than four children. If you have outside that, they want to see only 4. But I want to appeal to every one of us. Either we have government to caution us, we have anybody to guide us. We should be able to control ourselves. Before marriage, we should understand ourselves that this is my capacity as husband. This is my capacity as a wife. Actually, wife not supposed to work. Their main activity is the house
chores.
House activities.
Okay.
Taking care of kids, making house clean, but not nowadays, my dear women outside there. Nowadays, we should all be ready to be a good supporter to our husband. If you want our children to be a reputable one that people can recognize outside them. And many people can say, this is my children. So I will advise both husband and wife to work together to make provision for their children, and before giving birth to children, they should understand their level of capacity.
I want to say that in Yoruba, ká bímọ níwọ̀n tá
a lè tọ́. Wọ́n ti kọ́ lẹ́yìn téyín bá ṣáà ti ṣe méjì lẹ́nu tó bá ti gbó kékeré ó nítumọ̀ ọmọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òṣì bẹ̀rẹ̀.
I like where we are concluding it this morning. Parents, you've been told, man, woman, you've been told that you don't have to have a team before you say, oh, you are a father or you are a mother. Having them in their number, let it be having them according to my capacity, and God will continue to help us. This is where we're going to put a stop to this discussion this morning, hoping that I will go back to where we started from, good family background. Let's take care of our children, because those children will inherit us and do other things after us. I must appreciate our guest this morning, Dr. Mrs. Peju Adigun, from the Information and Communication Technology Department of the Osun State University here in Osogbo. We appreciate you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you for coming. Our producer said I should greet you. Yes. The executive producer sends a message. And to my colleagues in the studio, I say a very big thank you to you as well. Until another time when I will be coming your way, I'm Olasukomi Oyiban, thanking you for being part of our show today. Good morning.
Are currently which are big players now, fantastic players in them, but I do think looking at Turin next season, but it's and he has Benzema alongside him. Short of the corner, doesn't quite come off, and then there's a penalty been awarded. An early penalty's been awarded to Croatia. A challenge on Budimir on the near post. The referee says penalty kick, and Mignon got a hand to it, but it wasn't sufficient, and Croatia lead, and this game promised drama. We have it already. So it's a good penalty down to the right hand side of the keeper. Just see, yeah, you see there it's the step, isn't it, on the by Konate on the back of the Achilles, and that's a ball is headed in towards Nkunku, and then the first shot on target from Mbappe is well dealt with by Ivušić in the Croatian goal. This is going to be a belting game. Yeah, I'm so excited now. I think an early goal always throws up. The ball hasn't been cleared that well either, and it was a terrific driven. Well, a run that only he and his athleticism are capable of doing, and he's fouled, and the referee says that's no foul. Much to the annoyance, I think. Tomorrow breaks again from Mbappe. Mbappe's just falling away as he hit the shot, so there was no power in it. But tell you what, this is really going to be. Ivušić, and Mignon has to get there, and he does, and then a second time as well, and then Brekalo, I think he's caught, and I think that's probably a free kick to Croatia. It is. Well, it's not going to plan at all from the French perspective. Yeah, I think initially he does enough to get to the ball. We'll see it here and gets a hand on it, although I don't think he's expecting this contact. It spills, he then somehow the second is on set-piece duty again, but that's too short. Juranovic finds Brekalo. Guendouzi comes charging in. The referee says that's a foul. I think there's frustration again. I think Guendouzi, the way he goes in, he wins the ball. He's given the yellow card. I do think there's contact with the face, but again, I think when you see it, it's just Croatia play a little bit more on the counter-attack. Qatar FIFA World Cup takes place as the shot whistles by the post from Nkunku, right on cue. It was just off target, but far enough away that I think the goalkeeper was confident. Kamara lays it into the gap for Nkunku, and here's Budimir, and Budimir, well, the mind was made up that he had to shoot. It deflects off Kimpembe, goes out for a corner. Another decent opportunity for Croatia. Yeah, look at this from time, finish 5-3. The leading here is Saint-Denis against away by Brozovic, and then hit by Lukadin, and then it was just turned away. Shutalo
was hit really well, wasn't it? Oh, that's a vital interception.
Here he is again, Dean, and this one takes a deflection into the side netting. So in the space of 30 seconds, the Aston Villa fullback had two good opportunities. And you can see equaliser before half-time. It's a dangerous ball in, and Kunku got his head to it, but couldn't get enough on it. And it goes out for a... And that is how the first half...
Well, good morning, viewers at home, and welcome to yet another edition of AM Sport from OSBC Television, Eleawiye Okebale Oshobo. My name is Adeyemi Abodere. Despite beating Sao Tome and Principe by 10 goals to nothing, 10 unreplied goals, the head coach of the Super Eagles, Jose Pesero, says the team, that is the Super Eagles, is still a work in progress. According to the coach of the team, he is still in the process of rebuilding a strong, and compact national team that will be able to conquer not only Africa, but the world at large. Record that 2 days ago, the Super Eagles, in their build-up to qualifying for the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire, defeated Sao Tome and Principe by 10 goals to nothing, the highest goals recorded in history by the Super Eagles over another team so far. So we're waiting how the team will look at the end of the day. Their next engagement will be in September when they face Guinea-Bissau in a two-legged encounter in continuation of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers for 2023 Côte d'Ivoire. And the Golden Eaglet also yesterday sailed through to the semi-finals of the ongoing Wafu B African Cup of Nations tournament in Ghana. Yesterday, yes, in Cape Coast, the Golden Eaglet defeated Togo, the Junior Hawks of Togo, by 3 goals to 1. Yes, and that win was enough for them to book a place in the semi-finals of the tournament. Don't forget, in the first match played on Saturday, the Eaglet defeated host country Ghana by 4 goals to 2. And the Golden Eaglets have recorded 6 maximum points and 7 goals, conceding 3 in the process. They will wait for their opponent from the other group, in Group B, for who will be their next opponent in the semi-finals. The 2 finalists in that competition will represent West African Zone B in the African Under-17 Cup of Nations, which is expected to hold later in the year in Algeria. And back home, Shooting Star Sport Club of Ibadan, the Oluyole Warriors, won't be able to play in the finals of the ITO Cup this year. Yesterday, they were defeated in the semi-finals of the Oyo State FA Cup by Shaki United. The regulation time ended 2-2, and at the end of the ensuing penalty kick, Shaki United triumphed above Shooting Star Sport Club of Ibadan 5-4, and Shaki United are through to the finals of the Oyo State FA Cup this year. And let's look at what is happening in the transfer market, as the European football windows are still shut. And report between Bayern Munich and Barcelona are still in talks. Liverpool as well. Bayern Munich, yes, are preparing to submit a third offer, to Liverpool for the services of Sadio Mane. Yes, Liverpool have rejected the first and second offer for Sadio Mane from Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich are desperate in acquiring the services of Sadio Mane, and they will submit a further €35 million bid for Sadio Mane. Yes, that is the latest from the camp of Bayern Munich in Germany. And this time around, the bid could be accepted by Liverpool, and it could pave way for Sadio Mane to leave the Anfield for the Allianz Arena in Germany. We are waiting to see in the next few hours. The deal could be okayed, could be completed. And you remember Eriksen, yes, Christian Eriksen, the player that had heart problem, heart attack, while playing for his country at the last European Championship. Yes, two teams are already in the race to acquire his services this time around, while Manchester United have shown interest in acquiring the services of Christian Eriksen. Tottenham Hotspur are also firmly in the race to sign the dotted lines with Christian Eriksen. Who gets the services of Eriksen? Only time will tell. And Tottenham Hotspur are also in the market. This time around, they are looking at the possibility of acquiring the services of Brighton midfielder Yves Bisson, yes, could go to Tottenham from Brighton for 25 million British pounds. Yes, Bisson could be Tottenham player as from next season for just 25 million British pounds. And Bayern Munich could allow Robert Lewandowski, to join Barcelona for a fee around 50 million euros. Don't forget, Lewandowski has, submitted interest in leaving the Allianz Arena for Barcelona this summer, the incoming window. And, deal is ongoing between the two clubs, that is Bayern Munich and Barcelona, about Robert Lewandowski joining Barcelona from Bayern Munich. And one player that is desperate at leaving Bayern Munich this season is Ousmane Dembele. Yes, despite the lucrative offer from Barcelona for the player, he has said that he is keen on leaving Barcelona, the Catalonia giant this season. So Ousmane Dembele could be on his way out of Camp Nou. Yes, he could be on his way out of Camp Nou, with a report coming from the transfer market. And one former player of Manchester City has been signed to tutor another Premier League club next year. Yes, Vincent Kompany has been signed on, yes, to be the coach of Burnley for next season. Vincent Kompany, you remember him with Manchester City. He's now a coach, and he will be in charge of Burnley next season. And let's look at what happened in the European Nations League yesterday. The result was not favorable for the Three Lions, England, under the coach of Gareth Southgate, and his job is potentially on the line. They were beaten at home yesterday by Hungary 4-0. 4 unreplied goals was the result of that match. It was a double for Hungary over England. They won the first leg 1-0, and yesterday they dominated the Three Lions at home. 4-0 was the result of that match in London yesterday, and that technically eliminated England from that Nations League. And Germany put aside Italy. Yes, Germany put aside the Azores. 5-2 was the result in favor of Germany yesterday at the European Nations League. And Netherlands were 3-2 better than Wales yesterday. Netherlands defeated Wales 3-2 yesterday. Poland, playing at home, lost 0-1 to Belgium in the Nations League, European Nations League yesterday. Armenia also suffered home defeat. 1-4 was the result in favor of Scotland yesterday. Bosnia and Herzegovina defeated Finland by 3-2 yesterday. Romania suffered home defeat. 3-0 was the result in favor of the visitors Montenegro yesterday, 3-0 in favor of Montenegro yesterday. Luxembourg and Faroe Island ended it 2-2 yesterday. And Turkey were 2-0 better than Lithuania yesterday. Moldova defeated Andorra 2-1 yesterday. And Liechtenstein, playing at home, lost 0-2 to Latvia in the Europa Nations League yesterday. And on this note, we say bye on this morning edition of AM Sport from OSBC Television. Iliawiye Kebale Oshobo Muidin Adeleke remain the producer of the program. My name is Adeyemi Abodere. The program takes to here same time tomorrow morning. We thank you for being there and good morning.
مباراة جنوب افريقيا يعني رقم قياسي ولكن الكرة تتالي في الفترة الماضية الإعادة مجددا الضربة الرأسية بعيدة تماما. أمين حارث ويوسف نصيري. نعم نصيري الرأسية الماضية بعيدة تماما. ليبيريا تلعب الجانبية محاولة المرور من طرف الأباس دين أناحي فيصل فجر بعيدة. بعيدة يا فيصل. بعيدة يا فيصل يا فجر الجزاء. أنت تعرف يا وحيد يا خليلوزيتش بأن نصف الساعة الأولى التي مرت لا يقنع فيها المنتخب المغربي وغير فعال المنتخب المغربي، والأكثر من ذلك ولا فرصة على مرمى الحارس سونغو. هذه العرضية مجددا والتدخل الماضي من طرف اللاعب سامي مايي ناحية فيصل فجر قصيرة لأمين حارث. يحيى عطية الله ينسل. يحيى العرضية فيها وضعية تسلل. أول حالة تسلل تسجل على الجماهير التي أتت بعدد محترم تشجع وتحاول. ليبيريا في اتجاه هنا اللاعب نجيه. نجيه مر نجيه. مايي يتدخل. لازالت ليبيريا. شيرمان هو اللي تخب ليبيريا على دفاعات المنتخب المغربي. الإعادة مجددا وناحي هنا في ارتكابه للخطأ يقول الحكم. إذا الحكم يعطي إشارة التنفيذ. في هذه الأثناء تسدد هذه الكرة ترتطم بها الجدار والتسديدة الثانية بعيدة تماما عن مرمى الحارس ياسين بوحدوت. حتى الآن 38 دقيقة يعني مباراة جنوب افريقيا كان الايقاع محترم. تمشي كرة الجهة اليمنى اشرف حكيمي رجعت للخلف مرة اخرى. امين حارث. امين يحاول المرور وفي خطأ. ركضية بين الفينة والأخرى إما من عزدين أناحي إما من أمين حارث. هنا مجهود فردي. مجهود فردي فقط وبالتالي المراوغة ومحاولة التوغل والخطأ وقع. هنا المضايقة فعلا كان في تدخل واضح وبالتالي يغير مجرى هذه المباراة. حكيمي نعم في آخر التوصيات والتعليمات والتوجيهات. حكيمي الثانية يا حكيمي. الثانية يا حكيمي. تسدد هذه الكرة. لا حكيمي ولا فجر. سيس هو من سدد هذه الكرة وبالتالي مرت عالية على مرمى الحارس سونغو. إعادة من هذه الزاوية رفع على الجدار بسنتيمترات قليلة ولو أن حتى حارس المرمى اتجه للكرة. أساسا جدا لأنك تتكلم عن موعد وحدث كبير في الانتظار. لأنه لاحظ معي كل لاعبي ليبيريا من دون استثناء نعم متكتلون في الخلف. استلام الكرة على الجهة اليسرى. هنا محاولة المرور فيها عرضية لا ركلة جزاء. نعم التدخل موجود وركلة جزاء لغابة عن الميادين في هذا المركز بالذات وعلى طريقة سفيان بوفال. لأنه بوفال عودنا على الاختراق بهذه الطريقة. عندما تجد أمامك منتخب متكتل بهذه الصورة فلا بد في بعض الأحيان أن تعتمد على الاختراقات والمجهود الفردي لزعزعة هذا الدفاع. وهذا ما قام به اللاعب أمين حارث في المراوغة والتوغل وبالتالي ركلة جزاء لفائدة المنتخب المغربي. يتلقى الإشارة. يتقدم فيصل يسدد والهدف الأول. الهدف الأول للمنتخب المغربي من علامة الجزاء عن طريق فيصل فجر. الرابع أهدافه مع المنتخب المغربي معظمها من ركلات الجزاء. إذا أخيرا سددها في الزاوية البعيدة صعبة على حارسي المرمى. حلول ستكون أكثر على مستوى الجبهة الأمامية لإعادة مجددا. سونغو نعم أقصى يمين الحارس سونغو.
morning, viewers at home. You are welcome to today's edition of Newspapers Today. My name is Kayode Adebayo. There are a number of newspapers to be reviewed this morning, and I will give you some of the available papers that are with me here before we start the review proper. First, with me here, I have the Nigerian Tribune. I have the Punch. Blueprint is also here for review. I have This Day newspaper. I also have Vanguard newspaper here. I also have the National Economy newspaper. Also available for review this morning is Osun Newsroom. I also have the Nation newspaper. Business Day is also here. I also have the Daily Sun. Then the Leadership newspaper is also here. And lastly, I have the Point newspaper. With me to review the paper as usual is my regular guest on the program, Citizen Lolawe. You are welcome on the program.
Good morning.
You are welcome.
Thanks for
How's the
having
family?
me. Doing good.
Good. Yeah. Now, let me quickly run through the headlines. On the front page of Nigerian Tribune, Southwest governors raises questions over our attack. Then on the front page of the Punch, I have this one. Khan orders warn parties as Buhari meets governors. PDP names Atiku's vice president Thursday. On the front page of the Blueprint, I have this one. PDP may settle for vice president as Atiku's running mate. On the front page of This Day, I have this one. No cabal influences Buhari's decision. Then on the front page of the Vanguard, VP slot, PDP committee picks Wike. Tinubu will decide, says Imo governor. On the front page of the National Economy newspaper, political spending push money in circulation to 3.3 trillion naira. Then on the front page of Osun Newsroom, I have this one. Why Osun workers haven't gone on strike under Oyetola? That is coming from Comrade Adeko, NLC chairman. Then on the front page of The Nation, PDP panel okays Wike as Atiku's running mate. On the front page of Business Day, I have this one. Oil price rally upsets Nigeria's finances. And on the front page of the Daily Sun, I have this one. Catholic Church rejects Muslim ticket. Then on the front page of the Leadership newspaper, running mates, APC differs to Tinubu. Wike may emerge as Atiku's vice president. Then on the front page of the Point newspaper, Tinubu's running mate, Buhari, APC leaders in last-minute hunt. Those are the headlines as contained in the newspapers today. Citizen Lolawe, here we are. Now, let's start the review proper. On the front page of Nigerian Tribune, Southwest governors raises questions over our attack.
Wow. Once again, that headline brings to mind the very sad event that took place in our few days ago. Very sad incident. And then I'm not sure that the attack was a real attack on Yorubas or on Arakuri Akeredolu because of the role he played with the establishment of Amoteku in the region. No, I do not think so. I believe that attack was an attack on Nigeria and on every Nigerian. People that were in the church were citizens or are citizens, Nigerian citizens from different tribes. So it was not just an attack on Yoruba, it's an attack on Nigeria. And the reason behind the attack is to strike fear into every Nigerian. And what we should be doing now is doing everything to boost the morale of the federal, of the military. To provide useful information wherever find, and then we should also know how to gather information and how and to whom such information should be passed to. Another problem that we have to solve to win the war against terrorism is corruption. It's everywhere in the military with the citizens. And to win the war against corruption is to de-emphasize the importance of money. We should go back to our lost social values, where emphasis is often placed on the character and not on the financial well-being of individuals in the society. But the case is not the same these days. We find in our religious organizations money bags being placed without their source of money being investigated. In our communities, the people who get rewarded with chieftaincy titles are the money bags without particular emphasis, without any emphasis being placed on their character and investigation being done on the source of the wealth. So this makes everybody wanting to become rich. Everybody, the Maslow hierarchy of human needs talked about the need to be recognized in the society. You go to church, you go to the mosque, they respect and recognize only those people who, when they make calls for money, come out. Those are the people who get recognized. So everybody wants to be recognized. Those who get chieftaincy titles are those who have money, not those whose character. Like in Osun State, we say Osun is the state of the virtues. But do we actually recognize and reward the virtues? Yes. No. Those who get rewarded are those who have money to throw it around without the source of that wealth being questioned. Then the citizens themselves, the common people, we also look up to the money bags for the crumbs that will fall from their hands without asking questions about the source of their wealth. We have to do all this to get it right, get security.
All right. Now, let's go to another story here. Khan orders warn parties as Buhari meets governors. PDP names Atiku's vice president Thursday.
Yeah.
Khan warning over Muslim ticket.
I also, although I do not really care, do not care about the religion of those who will lead us. I care about the competence, the capacity, and the character. But the state we are in this country at this moment, there's a need to balance it. There's a need to show, to work for you, do things that we promote peace and unity. Things that we show that we really care about equity, about fairness, about inclusiveness. So I will not only be rooting for if a Muslim is a presidential candidate, I will not only be rooting for a Christian to be the vice, but I will also be rooting for the vice to be a Christian and a woman.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
A woman. Yes, we are humans.
Yeah.
And then majority of party members are women.
Yeah.
Girls, so they should be recognized. So I would want all parties to reserve that position for women.
For women.
And then if it's a Muslim that is the flag bearer, the deputy, the vice president should be a Christian. If it is a Christian, the vice president should be a Muslim and a woman.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's have this story from the Blueprint newspaper. PDP may settle for Wike as Atiku's running mate.
Yeah. The River states have always been a PDP state.
Yeah.
And they have always voted en bloc for PDP.
Yeah.
And then the River State governor also, and River State as a whole, has a deep pocket that will come handy.
Okay.
Now that our electoral system has been commercialized. So that may work for him. But him accepting to run as a deputy is what we have to wait to see.
Okay. Now, let's see this story from this day newspaper. Presidency, no cabal influences Buhari's decision.
Yeah, actually, I know that head or tail, Buhari is not likely to win with some those who want to see him as a dictator. So when he dictates, they say he's a dictator. When he plays along with, when he keeps quiet and allow democracy to play out, they see him as a weakling. They see him as being controlled by the cabal. There's no, everybody has people that are close. But that does not mean that you now submit your individuality to those people. And at the same time, as a leader, as a father of Nigeria, as being the president, he has to stay back. He must not show preference at all times. And then he must also have a listening ear. How the issue of cabal came up, I do not know. But what I know is that head or tail, Buhari is not likely to win with some Nigerians who do not see anything good in him when he speaks and decides to do things on his own. Is a dictator. When he listens, some cabals are controlling his thoughts and action.
Okay. Now, let's see this one from the National Economy newspaper. Political spending push money in circulation to 3.3 trillion naira.
I agree. If what we read in the papers and saw on the electronic media and the social media is anything to go about, I think I agree. I agree with that assessment because we saw a lot of money changing hands at all the primaries that took place. So it has, and then the high cost of carrying out of organizing primaries also require that a lot of money must be pushed into the economy. So I agree.
Now, let's see this story from Osun Newsroom. Why Osun workers haven't gone on strike under Oyetola? That is coming from the NLC chairman.
Yes, they get their salary as at when due. They are no longer being paid half salary, although they are still agitating for the payment of the arrears of the half salary that was promised them. And I pray that very soon, one day, that money will be paid.
Now, let's see this story also from the same Osun Newsroom. 2023 election. Tinubu has capacity to manage Nigeria's dynamic socio-political terrain. That is coming from Osun government.
I will want to go with them based on his antecedents in Lagos, what he did as a governor of Lagos. Lagos is a mini Nigeria. And if he was able to govern Lagos effectively without any form of discrimination based on tribe or religion, I think I want to agree with them. And then he made Lagos State to become the standard against which good governance can be judged with what he did. And that's why Lagos is a center of excellence. He did, in fact, he came up with all sorts of innovative ideas that brought Lagos to the forefront, despite the fact that the allocation that was due to Lagos State was retained, it was not released until after he had, by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, based on political reasons, until Bola Tinubu left office. So for him to have been able to achieve all that with meager resources, I think I want to give it to him. I want to go with the thinking
of the author.
Okay.
Now let's see this story from a Business Day newspaper. Oil price rally upsets Nigeria's finances.
I think actually I want us to really interrogate the presidential candidates very well about what they intend to do with our moribund refineries. I see no reason why we should be importing fuel, because that is an area where we should have an advantage over other countries. Especially the non-producing oil countries. We should use it to create employment for our youth and women and men. We should use it, the revenue, and then it will save us the money that is being spent, rightly or wrongly, on subsidizing imported fuel, diesel, PMS, and so on. It will also give us the byproducts from the refined products would also be a raw material for other industries to thrive in Nigeria. We will save our foreign reserve if we produce and export. We will earn instead of spending, as it is the case now. So we need the incoming presidential candidates need to look at that issue and tell us what plans they have and how the pricing of petroleum the petroleum products will be done.
All right, let's see this story from the Daily Sun newspaper. Catholic Church rejects Muslim ticket. We've discussed that. Nigeria's economy at lowest level ever. World Bank.
Yeah, so many things are responsible for it. We are still grappling with the effect of COVID-19 that visited the country in 2020, followed with the EndSARS protests, which resulted in the loss of lives and public and private property. And then we have actually not recovered from the consequences, the effects of COVID-19. And then the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine is also having its toll on our economy. And then Nigerians' penchant for foreign goods is also not helping us. So our local industries are not doing well. Another problem that is confronting us is that of power supply. If we have regular power supply, we will consume less fuel.
Okay.
That will reduce the quantity of fuel that is imported.
Okay.
It will reduce the quantity of foreign exchange
Okay.
that is presently being spent
Okay.
on importation of fuel.
Yeah.
So we must, as a matter of urgency, get the issue, sort out the problem with our power supply and the energy industry.
Okay.
To become competitive
Okay. Okay.
in world markets.
Okay. Yeah. Now, let's see another story from the Point newspaper. Tinubu's running mate, Buhari, APC leaders in last-minute hunt.
Yeah, I wish them all the best. And I hope they will listen to all the good advices that are out there and be led by the good ideas that have been pushed forward in selecting the vice presidential candidate for APC. And I wish them all the best of luck. The way I wish all other presidential candidates the very best of luck.
Okay. Now, let's see this story also. OPEC predicts global oil demand to rise 3.14% in second half 2022. That's prediction coming from OPEC.
Yes, because of the ongoing war between Russia and America and Ukraine, which will open doors for the OPEC oil producing economies to at least do better.
Yeah.
Since NATO and the US seems to be doing everything to prevent Russian oil from being imported into their countries. So that will open new doors for
rising demand.
Yes.
All right. Now, let's see this financial related story. Dollar rises by 21%. Foreign exchange shortage persists after party primaries.
Yes, because we learned that the primaries were dollarized because it was easier to carry dollar around than naira. To settle some of those delegates with the amount of money that they settle them with in dollar rates, they will have to carry so many Ghana must go around, and that's will not be easy. But it's easy to slip few dollars into the hands or pockets of delegates without it being seen.
And few dollars means so much naira. Yes. Now, let's see this story before we round up. Drug deal. Court jails Abba Kyari's co-defendant 2 years.
I see. Maybe because they pleaded guilty on time and didn't waste the time of the court. Otherwise, I see that sentence as being too light, and also shows that my dear brother Abba Kyari should also think very well and not waste the time of the court if he knows that he's guilty.
All right. Viewers at home, this is where we are going to end the program today. Citizen Lolawe, I appreciate your coming. Thank you for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Viewers at home, tomorrow is another day when you meet my colleague again on the program Newspapers Today. Until then, I am Kayode Adebayo. Bye-bye.